Hey beautiful people, a few months ago I did a video on how to create a business from scratch. And today I wanted to dive into one of the topics a little bit deeper, and that is how to buy products wholesale and how to source products or create your own products, because I definitely think that is the biggest part of starting a business, is figuring out what you're going to sell. So today I'm going to be walking you through how to buy on Alibaba.com, which is what I personally use for wholesaling products, and I'm going to share a little bit of my experience along with everything you need to know, because it isn't as simple as just going on there, clicking add to cart and checking out. So I wanted to take you through the whole thing and dive into that today. So for today's video, I've teamed up with Alibaba.com to share with you their new branding message, which is spend less, sell more, that's business. And this definitely rings true for Alibaba.com because they have incredible prices on just about any product out there. So you could source things really, really inexpensively and get more profit into your wallet. So let's get started. Now let's start with my personal experience, because I've used Alibaba.com for two different businesses. The first one was my slime business, and I used this immensely for that. So with my slime business, I obviously needed a lot of supplies. Now, other websites were way more expensive, so I sourced them wholesale. So when you're buying wholesale, you're going straight to the supplier, straight to the source. If you're going in your car down the road to the store to buy your products or inventory or supplies, you are spending a tremendous amount of money because there is so much markup on that. So when you have a business, it's very smart to source wholesale. So I go to Alibaba.com. And what I would do on there is I would find a lot of supplies that I needed to create my product, along with supplies that I was going to sell. So for my slime business, this was things like soft clay, containers, fake sprinkles, charms, any kind of accent that I was adding in to slime. It pretty much came from Alibaba.com. Now I also sold things from Alibaba.com on my website for other people who wanted supplies but didn't want to do all the wholesale work themselves or buy a smaller quantity. So again, any slime supplies that you ever saw on my website, clays, sprinkles, anything that I just mentioned, that was all sourced from Alibaba.com, and then you could brand it yourself. Now that was the first business that I used Alibaba.com for. The second business was the series that I did here on my channel, which was Sleeked, which is a modern hair accessory line. So I sourced all of my products on there, found different suppliers, and that's how I got my inventory. So if you don't have the ability to go to different trade shows to source wholesalers in person, Alibaba.com makes it so incredibly easy because you could do it all from the comfort of your home, and it is so simple to do. But there are some things, because like I mentioned earlier, it's not as simple as going on, clicking add to cart and checking out. So I want to take you through the entire buying process and how you can create your own products, how you could source your own products, and how to buy wholesale so you are saving more money. Number one, you have to find what it is you want to buy. So is your business or company going to be a sole product, or are you going to have a line of products? And if you're not even sure what you want your product to be yet, I recommend just searching all over their website, because you will find so many cool ideas, and you could search by different categories. So for instance, if you want to be in the pet category or the health and beauty category, or even in the fashion category, you can just search for different things and search for something that catches your eye, that you think is really cool and that you think other people will love and that you want to source. For today's video, we are going to source workout clothes. Now you can do this as either one set and just have one really cool, unique set that you think will really be popular, or you could do a small line to start, so maybe 5 different sets, or if you have a larger budget, you could start with even more. So for this, we're gonna start with one set, and we're gonna look at different suppliers. Now, something you need to look at is the MOQ, which is the minimum order quantity, which is gonna be different for every single seller. So some of them might only require you to purchase one outfit at a time, whereas another supplier may require you to purchase 10 or more. You'll find when you're purchasing wholesale, the reason you're getting such a good deal is because often you have to purchase multiple at once, and this is what prevents just a normal customer going on there and purchasing one for their own personal use. So most likely someone's not going to want 10 of the same outfit, which is why you're getting a better deal when you buy in bulk and buy wholesale. Now, once I find about 3 to 5 suppliers that fit that category, that sell a lot of different designs that I really enjoy, I'll go ahead and message them. And this is the most important part of the entire process. So when you message them, I like to do something very standard across the board and say, I'm looking to purchase X amount of units from you. What would the cost be? What would the shipping be? And that way I could get a quote. And during this time, you also want to see how fast they're replying to you, what their customer service is like, and if they're understanding really what you want. I'll send that same message to 3 to 5 different suppliers. That way they all have a standard baseline of what I'm looking for, and I could compare them more like apples to apples. So maybe their actual product price is a little higher, but maybe their shipping cost is lower compared to another supplier. So that's kind of what I'm looking for at this point, is which is going to be my best value overall, which supplier is the best to work with. And this can be a little bit of trial and error, but it really helps you narrow in on your supplier. Now, shipping costs, depending on the size and quantity of the package you're ordering, can oftentimes be actually more expensive than the product price itself. So you might see a product that only costs $1, but it might cost $2 or $3 to ship that same product to you. This is something you're going to have to work into your pricing strategy, but make sure you're accounting for the shipping costs because it will make up a large portion. Now, when you're starting out, you might buy a smaller quantity, so the shipping price is going to be more, but if you eventually work up and order multiple at one time, you could often save some on shipping costs, so that does help. Now, for a product like clothing, this is definitely something you want to get a sample for, and oftentimes you could purchase just one sample or different fabric books or fabric colors from different suppliers that they could send to you. And that way you can look, you can feel, you can see what all of their fabrics and colors look like in person. Now, depending on your product and what it is, you may not want to order a sample and you may just want to go ahead with your order and just start with a small order to start with. However, a sample for a clothing item is definitely important, and oftentimes they will list their sample price and how many days it will take to get to you if you want to order a sample. Now, next comes with customizing your product, which is definitely something that you'll want to do, whether you do this yourself or through the supplier. So if you want your own brand name on the tags or any certain logos on your clothing or any product that you're doing, if you want to brand it, you definitely want to talk to your supplier, because a branded piece of product, you're going to need a much higher quantity. Now, normally this number is much higher than just a standard minimum order quantity. So while the minimum order quantity, you might have 5 or 10, to do something custom and get it branded for you, this may have a minimum order quantity of like 100 or 1,000. So this is definitely something you want to pay attention to, especially if you're trying to brand your product. And they'll have different options, whether you want branded packaging, a branded logo, a branded tag. You just have to speak to each individual supplier and see what they provide and really get the details, because this is what is going to be the hardest part, and that's finding a supplier. Now, something you could also ask your supplier prior to them shipping your package is that you want to see photos and or video of your actual items. Now, they may provide this ahead of time. They may have some of this on their actual listing right away, but if they don't, I would really recommend, and they will send you exact pictures of your specific order. They'll show it all packaged up and they'll pull out items and have a video showing the quality, showing just the fabric, so you can make sure nothing looks damaged prior to them shipping it. And this is definitely something, depending on the product, that I would really recommend doing. That way you could see firsthand that it's supposed to look like what it's supposed to look like. That way you don't have to wait to receive it and then say, oh, this isn't what it was supposed to look like. You could actually see like a video in person, which I find extremely helpful and a time saver. So once you found your supplier, found your products, did any personal branding that you want, and everything looks good, you are ready to pay for your order. Now, this isn't just as simple as checking out. You have to have them send you an invoice, and they'll write all your items that you're getting, and they'll send you an invoice. They'll show shipping costs. Every seller looks a little bit different, but it'll pretty much look like this. So you could see it, and then you place your order like you normally would online. Now, something great about Alibaba.com is they have trade assurance to make sure you are protected when you're placing your order from a supplier. So this offers you a great peace of mind if anything happens, if they end up not shipping your product. Alibaba.com has you covered and they have your back. And something else I forgot to mention is they also have verified sellers. So when I'm finding suppliers, I do like to look for someone who has been a supplier for several years or has a good review or who is like a top verified seller. So I like to look for that as well. And the last thing I want to mention is that Alibaba.com has a Super September event. So if you're thinking about starting your business or you already have a business and you want to get a head start on your holiday inventory, now is the time to do it because their Super September event, you can get up to 40% off. So it's the perfect time to stock up your inventory or start your business and save more money. So I'll leave the link for that down below so you could spend less, sell more, and start your business. So that is pretty much everything you need to know when it comes to buying on Alibaba.com. As you can see, buying wholesale is a bit different than just going online to your favorite website and purchasing a product. There's a little more in depth when it comes to sourcing your product, but I think it's a whole lot easier than going in person to trade shows, especially if you're like me and you don't live in an area where there's a lot of trade shows around you. That way you're saving money traveling and you have it all at your fingertips. So if you made it to the end of this video and you have any more questions about buying products or buying products wholesale, please let me know in the comments down below and I will try my best to answer them all. But regardless, I hope you found this video super helpful. Thank you again to Alibaba.com for sponsoring today's video. I will leave the link to the Super September down below and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.